if you don't know what to do, if you question yourself, like, what should I be doing next? What is my purpose? What am I doing here? Or you feel like a failure, then this video is for you. And I've been led, guided. I think I'm guided to make all these videos by God, to possibly help somebody out there that's, having these kind of thoughts. And I want you to know that to want success in your life, or to want to obtain wealth or to obtain money, that's not a bad thing. And I know society today would make you feel like it's evil to want to become rich. But money is merely a resource, no different than water or no different than anything else. It's not money that's evil. It's the people that are choosing to do evil things with it. That's what's evil. It's the people. It's not the money. So don't allow society to make you feel like you're evil or you're bad to want to obtain wealth, because most people think that way. And that's why most people are poor. It's a poor way of thinking. And you'll never obtain any type of money in your life if you continue to look at money as being evil. You'll never attract it. So we need to change that way of thinking if it is something that we would like to obtain sometime in the future. So there's also the same misconception in the Bible of that it's evil. God doesn't want you to be rich. That's not something God wants for you. God has never championed somebody that had, a ton of money. And quite frankly, that passes on people that don't know the word, but people that know the word know that's a lie. If you were to read John chapter 10, verse 10, it says, the thief comes to steal, kill, and destroy, but I come so that they may have life and have it more abundantly. So to have an abundant life is something that God wants for you. So riches is something that God wants for you. It's not something that you need, but if it is something that you choose to pursue, he will back it. It's not like he's going to say, nah, you shouldn't be rich, unless he knows that you're not going to use it for the right reasons. That's another subject for a different day. But to have an abundant life and to enjoy the pleasures of life, that is something that God wants for all his children. And another example of this in the Bible is with King Solomon. If you were to go to 1 Kings chapter 3, God came and visited Solomon in his dreams and told Solomon, anything you ask of, I'll grant it. And Solomon told God, well, God, you are kind to my father because he was faithful to you and righteous. And you blessed him, and you have blessed me as I sit upon the throne. But I am of a child, and I don't know how to handle my duties. And so, God, could you please bless me with a discerning heart to govern your people and the ability to know right from wrong? And this ask of Solomon pleased God. And because Solomon didn't ask for wealth and didn't ask for the destruction of his enemies, God also blessed him with those things. So he said yes. And he blessed Solomon with a discerning heart and the ability to know right from wrong. And along with that, he blessed him with wealth, so much wealth that no other king could compare. And when I say no other king could compare, Solomon, it has been said that Solomon is the richest man that ever lived. That's how much wealth and how much riches God blessed him with. So that always takes me back to that common thinking of God doesn't want us to be wealthy. God doesn't want us to have riches. God doesn't want us to have an abundant life. And that's a clear lie, because he clearly made Solomon the richest man that ever lived. And this is factual information. So I just like to disprove things with proof that comes from the Bible. And it's all about knowing the word. When you don't know the word, people can say anything and it'll make you more susceptible to believe in it because you don't know truth. So it's very important for you to pick up the Bible to know and learn and understand truth. And that way people can't just say things and think you'll fly with it. So like most people, you're trying to do something. You want some kind of success for your life. You don't know what to do. You don't know where to go. And you're wondering why you are continuously going in a circle. You're doing things and then you're quitting, or you're doing things and then it's just not working out and you're wondering why. And I came across a verse a few days ago that was so profound to me that I had to make a video, that I had to share it, that I had to break it down. So the verse is from Proverbs chapter 16, verse 3. And it says, "Roll your works upon the Lord. Commit and trust them wholly to him. He will cause your thoughts to become agreeable to his will, and so shall your plans be established and succeed." Now that's from the Amplified version. Let's look at the King James version. So it says, "Commit thy works unto the Lord, and thy thoughts shall be established." So I like to always read both versions. Because some things I may not catch in one version that I may catch in the other. You know, they're different breakdowns of the word, which was originally written in Hebrew. So I like to hear both versions to get a better understanding of what I'm actually reading. So let's break that down. The reason that you're lost, the reason that you don't know what to do, the reason you don't know which direction to go is because you haven't brung it to God. And from my own experience, what I do now, making videos on self-improvement, self-development, bringing people closer to God, bringing the word to people, that has been guided and led by God. And the reason I know that it's been led by God and has been guided by God is because he has been randomly bringing people to me for advice about him, about the word, about getting closer to him. He's been bringing me people that have been feeling suicidal. He's been bringing me people that have been broken from relationships, that have been broken from life. And they're asking me for advice. Little old me. Who am I? I'm not ordained to preach. I'm not a pastor. I'm not a prophet. I read my Bible every day. I would say I have a good understanding of the word, but I'm nobody special. But this didn't start happening until I brung it to God, until I asked God, what is it that I'm supposed to do in life? Help guide me to my purpose. Help me find my purpose. Lord, whatever you deem to be my purpose, show it to me. And allow me to fulfill that purpose to my maximum capabilities, to my maximum capacity. And when I brung it to God, then he also started bringing people to me. Because in order to provide you guys with the word, in order to provide you guys with information, I have to get the knowledge from somewhere, and I get it from the Bible. So I spend a lot of time reading the Bible. I spend a lot of time hearing people preach the word, so I can get a better understanding of what I'm actually teaching or relaying to other people. So through my purpose, he thrives. So my only job as a follower of Christ is to build the church and to spread his word. And he uses my ability to speak, my intellectual ability to relate to people, to relate to different individuals. He uses that for the furtherance of the church, for the furtherance of his word. So I'm working in my purpose. Though I don't have 1 million subscribers, I don't get thousands of views, you would be surprised at the amount of people that are in my DMs, at the amount of people that are in my inbox on Facebook, on Messenger, that are asking me questions like, man, I just went through a divorce. What can I do? Like, can you lead me to some verses that'll help me get through this period in my life? And the fact that I've been through similar things as a lot of these people, that allows me to spread the word in a way that I know would be beneficial to them because I went through something similar. So when you bring your desires to God, when you ask God, what is it that I should be doing? Help me find my purpose. He will help you. He will always answer that call. That I can promise you. So it's about you leaning on his understanding and not leaning on your own understanding, because when you lean on your own understanding, you're going to go in this vicious cycle of quitting things, starting new things, failing at those things, not knowing what you want to do, not knowing what you're good at, not understanding your strength and your weaknesses. But when you bring it to God and you're sincere about wanting to know what your purpose is or wanting to know what it is that you're supposed to be doing with your life, he will always answer that call. And when you bring it to God, he'll give you life and life more abundantly. It reminds me of the story of Peter casting his net into the water to catch fish. Peter trying to tell God that I'm not going to catch anything. So what does God tell Peter to do? Cast your net into the other side of the boat. And it's not that God made Peter such a better fisherman. It is when you're fulfilling your purpose, which God was wanting him to understand, I'm going to make you a fisher of men. It's not going to be about you and your ability to go find these people and to bring them to God. When you're thriving in your purpose, I'll bring them to you. And that's the whole purpose of the fish. God spoke to the fish. The fish jumped into the net. He didn't become a better fisherman, but God brought the fish to him because Peter was doing the action that was called to him by God. Because when he followed directions, he gave him an abundance. So it's all about you bringing it to God and allowing him to make you thrive, allowing him to make your life more abundantly great, more abundantly successful. And when you understand that, and when you're operating from that level of faith in God and that level of faith in Jesus, you shall see nothing but success. So, to end this off nicely, I want us to focus on leaning on God's understanding and not leaning on our own. Because he knows what's best for you, and he's always going to do what's best for you. So any problems, any issues, any misunderstandings that I have in my life, I put it on his shoulders because I know he can handle that weight. And I know that he'll take care of me at the end of the day. So I don't worry. I don't fear anything. I don't have anxiety like I used to, because I put all those worries and doubts and fears onto him and allow him to carry that weight for me. Allow his understanding to lead me in my life, to guide me in my life. And when you do that, you'll always win. So I thank you guys for checking out this video, and I'll have more content on the way. I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm out.